After 60, these 7 habits make every mature woman truly irresistible and become the traits men secretly admire forever. Most women think that after a certain age, attraction fades because youth has slipped away. But here's the surprising truth. What makes a mature woman truly irresistible has little to do with smooth skin or a slender figure. It's the way she moves through the world, her confidence, her habits, her calm strength, and the quiet charm that only comes with years of living. Men over 60 don't just notice appearances, they notice presence. And presence is built day by day by the choices you make and the habits you keep. Hi, and welcome back to Journey After 60. Today, I'll reveal the 7 habits that can make a mature woman absolutely irresistible. Not with youth's glitter, but with a wisdom and magnetism that only time can create. And if you believe, like I do, that beauty after 60 comes from the way we carry ourselves, not just how we look, then take a second to like this video and subscribe to my channel. That way, these reflections can reach more women walking the same path as you and me. Now, let's begin with the very first habit, one that may surprise you because it has nothing to do with looks and everything to do with presence. Number 1. Confidence without arrogance. After 60, a woman's allure has very little to do with how she competes with younger women. What men find irresistible is the quiet confidence of a woman who knows who she is and no longer feels the need to prove it. Men rarely recall the exact words you say, but they always remember the feeling you leave behind. A confident woman makes them feel inspired, comfortable, and at peace. An arrogant woman leaves them tense, like they're in a competition they never asked to join. Too many women confuse confidence with being loud or always right, but true confidence in maturity is calm. It doesn't need applause. It shows in the way you walk into a room, greet someone warmly, or listen without rushing to judge. That kind of presence makes men lean closer, not pull away. Men are drawn to women who radiate assurance, not because they need constant validation, but because that assurance makes them feel safe and respected too. At this age, what's irresistible is not your ability to impress, but your ability to be steady in a world that often feels unsteady. So instead of trying to prove yourself, practice resting in your worth. Share your stories with humility, laugh at your own mistakes, and let others shine without fear of losing your place. That balance is magnetic, and it's something no wrinkle or gray hair can ever take away. Now, if confidence draws a man in, the next habit is what makes him stay, a trait so subtle most women don't even notice when they lose it. Number 2. Listening with genuine attention. Think back to the last time someone truly listened to you. Not just nodding, not waiting for their turn to speak, but giving you the sense that your words mattered. That feeling lingers, doesn't it? For men after 60, a woman who carries that gift is unforgettable. What often happens, however, is the opposite. Many women, especially as years go by, slip into a habit of interrupting, finishing someone's sentences, or steering every conversation back to themselves. It's rarely out of malice. Often it comes from eagerness to connect. But to a man, it feels like he's invisible, his voice drowned before it even finds air. Irresistibility at this age is not built on how much you say, but on the space you create for others. A woman who listens with patience, who allows silence without rushing to fill it, sends a powerful message. I value you. I respect your thoughts. You matter here. That is magnetic. Men notice this more than women realize. They don't need a woman who agrees with everything, but they crave one who makes them feel heard. And here's the secret. When you listen fully, you often end up speaking with more wisdom because your words respond to what was truly said, not just what you assumed. A mature woman's allure grows not from constant talking, but from the grace of listening. The eyes that meet his without distraction, the small nod that encourages him to continue, these are gestures that build a bond stronger than charm alone. So instead of rushing to reply, try leaning back, breathing, and letting his words land before you speak. That habit turns ordinary conversations into moments of connection. And connection, more than anything, is what men carry with them long after the words have faded. And from here, we move to the third habit, one that has nothing to do with words at all, but with how you carry yourself before you even speak. Number 3. Carrying yourself with poise. Imagine a woman stepping into a room. She might not be the youngest or the most glamorous, but something about her makes people look up. Her back is straight, her steps are calm, and she carries a quiet steadiness that needs no words. That gentle strength, that's what we call poise. My longtime friend Margaret, she's 67 now, and if you judged by appearances alone, you might not notice her first in a crowd. Her hair is silver, her style is simple, and she never tries to compete with younger women. But the moment she walks into a gathering, it's as if the air shifts. People turn, not because she's flashy, but because she radiates calm assurance. At her daughter's wedding last year, I watched her greet every guest with the same warmth and grace. She didn't rush, didn't fidget, didn't try to outshine anyone. Yet everyone wanted to be near her. That's the quiet magnetism of poise. Poise is not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about showing the dignity you've earned through decades of living. It's in the way you sit at the table, the patience in your hands as you pour tea, the steadiness in your eyes when you speak your truth. These small signals shape the entire atmosphere around you. And here's the beauty of it. Poise is a habit, not a talent. Every day you can choose it by standing tall, slowing down, breathing before you respond. Each of those choices reinforces the message, I respect myself, and I bring that respect into this space. Men are drawn to that energy because it reflects balance. It makes them feel they are with a woman who doesn't crumble under pressure, who carries her years not as a burden, but as a crown. That quiet elegance is far more magnetic than any fleeting youthful charm. If this reminder about poise spoke to you, tap the save button. One day you might need to revisit these words, especially before a gathering or a special moment, to remind yourself that true elegance is carried, not worn. While poise may capture attention from across the room, it isn't enough on its own, because what truly keeps someone close is not how tall you stand, but how warmly you make them feel once they stand beside you. Number 4. Bringing warmth into every interaction. Attraction in later life doesn't come from grand gestures. It lives in the small ways you make people feel at ease. A warm smile, a gentle touch on the arm, a tone of voice that softens rather than sharpens. These are the sparks that draw others closer. Too often, women over 60 forget how powerful warmth can be. Life's hardships, disappointments, or years of carrying responsibilities can harden the edges of our voice and our presence. Without even noticing, some slip into a habit of sounding cold, guarded, or distant. To a man, that doesn't feel like strength. It feels like a locked door. Men don't remember the perfect words you said. They remember if they felt safe and appreciated in your presence. A warm woman invites them to open up, to relax, to share their own stories. And that, more than outer beauty, makes her unforgettable. So instead of holding your feelings back behind a wall, let warmth flow through your words and gestures. Share encouragement, give kindness freely, and allow your natural gentleness to shine. Warmth doesn't just make a woman irresistible, it reminds everyone around her that age has not dimmed her heart, but deepened it. And if warmth draws people closer, the next habit is about what you give them once they're near, the ability to inspire through the wisdom only years can teach. Number 5. Sharing wisdom without preaching. There's a difference between wisdom that draws people in and advice that pushes them away. Too many women cross that fine line without realizing it. They share lessons, but the tone sounds like correction. They mean to guide, but it feels like scolding. And nothing makes a man tune out faster than feeling like he's being lectured. The truth is, men in their 60s and 70s don't want another parent. They want a partner. They're not looking for someone to point out what they did wrong, but someone whose stories and insights make them reflect without shame. That's the art of wisdom. Irresistible women after 60 understand this balance. They don't use their wisdom to show superiority, but to create connection. Their words are gentle, humble, often laced with humor. They don't say, "You should do this." They say, "Here's what I learned when I faced the same thing." That small shift changes everything. When you share your wisdom, remember, it isn't about proving how much you know. It's about offering insight in a way that uplifts. When men feel your words as gifts instead of instructions, your wisdom becomes magnetic. So, wisdom makes your words linger, but words alone are not enough. Because what truly leaves a lasting mark is not just what you say, but the joy you choose to embody each day. Number 6. Choosing joy over self-pity. Many women believe that with age, life naturally becomes a list of aches, regrets, and stories of what was lost. They think talking about their pains makes them relatable. But here's the hard truth. Nothing drains a woman's charm faster than wrapping her identity in self-pity. It's not that struggles aren't real, they are. Health challenges, loneliness, and disappointment touch us all after 60. But the women who remain irresistible are the ones who don't let sorrow define them. They acknowledge hardship, yet they keep choosing joy. That decision, repeated daily, creates a light that men, and really anyone, can't help but notice. Men are drawn to women who can face reality without letting it steal their light. Complaints and pity push people away. Laughter, gratitude, and the ability to delight in small things, a good meal, a sunset, a phone call from a grandchild, those are the sparks that keep a woman radiant long after outward beauty fades. So, resist the habit of making sorrow your story. Life is never without pain, but it is also never without reasons to smile. And when you choose joy, you not only lift yourself, you draw others to stand in your light as well. I'd love to hear from you. What small joys keep your spirit bright even on the harder days? Share them in the comments, because your story might be the spark another woman needs today. And that leads us to the seventh and final habit, perhaps the most powerful of all, because it isn't about what you show others, but about how deeply you accept and love yourself. Number 7. Embracing self-acceptance. After 60, what truly makes a woman irresistible isn't how she hides her flaws. It's how she accepts them with grace. Men aren't drawn to perfection. They're drawn to a woman who is at peace with herself. Through my research, I came across a survey from the American Psychological Association showing that nearly 72% of men over 60 said what they found most attractive in a partner was confidence and self-acceptance, not youthful appearance. That number struck me. It proves what many of us sense deep down. Men remember how a woman makes them feel, not how tightly she hides her wrinkles. The more at peace a woman is with herself, the more magnetic she becomes to those around her. Too many women spend these years fighting the mirror, comparing themselves to who they used to be, or to younger women they can never outpace. That struggle shows. It makes them restless, insecure, always chasing something just out of reach. And insecurity, no matter the age, is never attractive. But a woman who embraces self-acceptance carries a different kind of power. She knows her body has changed, yet she treats it with kindness. She knows her face tells stories, yet she wears her lines as badges of survival. That quiet assurance sends a message far stronger than any attempt to look younger. I am enough just as I am. Men notice this more than they admit. They are drawn to women who no longer wrestle with themselves, because that peace creates space for deeper connection. In the end, self-acceptance is what makes a woman magnetic. It frees her to laugh, to love, and to live without apology. So remember that youth fades, but dignity deepens. And when a woman walks in her own skin without shame, she doesn't just attract attention, she commands respect. We've walked through each habit one by one, but sometimes the real power is felt when you step back and see the bigger picture. So let's gather these 7 truths and remind ourselves of the deeper message they carry. After walking through these 7 habits, one truth shines brighter than all the rest. Irresistibility after 60 is never about chasing youth. It's about the presence, warmth, and dignity you carry into every room. Confidence, listening, poise, warmth, wisdom, joy, and self-acceptance. Each one adds a layer to the kind of beauty that doesn't fade with age, but only deepens. The real value is this: when you choose to live with balance and openness, when you honor your years instead of hiding them, you don't just become more attractive to men, you become more at peace with yourself. And that peace is the most magnetic quality of all. As Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." These 7 habits are simply ways of ensuring that what people feel in your presence is respect, joy, and admiration. So if today's message has spoken to you, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to Journey After 60, and save it for the days you need a reminder of your own light. And I would love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 7 habits do you already live by? And which one are you ready to embrace more fully? Thanks for watching my video, and see you next time.